All right, Capricorn, welcome to your weekly sidereal forecast for September 14th through the 20th. My name is Athen. So we had that solar eclipse on a Sunday leading into this week, and that was in your 8th house of everything deeper, of the truth, of conveying the truth, expressing it. Jupiter is here expanding that area of your life. You should be quite motivated and intent on figuring out the truth of the matter, whether it's with yourself, your relationships, your what's really going on in the world, collective issues, things like that, since Mars does rule your 11th house. And Venus here as well can help you enjoy those deeper connections and opening up and becoming more vulnerable and things like that, facing our fears, oftentimes if it is relationship related, but not just relationships in general. I think that's part of it because of Venus, but the 8th house is everything that is about facing our fears in general, and through that it becomes very transformative. There's this energy about it too, which is seeking the truth, wanting the truth, and that all of that can be very, very powerful. So let's go ahead and look at what we've got going on this week. A opposition between Jupiter and Neptune is going to be going exact here on Thursday, and as you can see here on Thursday, there is this very pivotal sort of shift taking place. That's when that energy goes exact. Mercury goes retrograde, and a couple aspects start and end. So the way I would read this is as a general energy. Jupiter posing up to Neptune is that the things relating to your spirituality and your communications are sort of going into a reflective time this week. Jupiter rules your 12th and your 3rd house. So it's a matter of, seeing the importance of rest and relaxation and getting that alone time and having faith and trust in everything in the communicative side of things or the mental side of things, easing the mind a little bit, not trying to have everything figured out too much either, because Jupiter ruling your 3rd is a lot like Mercury opposing up to Neptune for you Capricorns in particular. So it's seeing the the importance of what we don't know and having that faith and relaxing into that. So it's going to be a very spiritual time for all of us, but for you, it's mostly in the arena of those deeper aspects of life, maybe even shared resources for some of you, debts, removing yourself from debts, things like that perhaps. But it's a week of that easing up. It's a week of also, if you have any visions and ideals about 8th house matters, it's about applying it and grounding it very practically. Like I said, you've got Mars here, so there's that motivation. Venus here, you can enjoy those deeper aspects of life. And that is where that solar eclipse was. So for the next 6 months and for the next years, as we start to have more eclipses in that 8th house of yours, there is going to continue to be more of that deeper involvement in what you do, whether it is with relationships, work, career, your home, family, whatever it might be. And that is a very powerful energy to be working with. And it's all about seeing the truth and expressing it. And that's going to be a big shift for you this week. So with that being said, Mercury does go retrograde, and he's been in your 9th house. So if you guys have been thinking about the philosophy, the spiritual aspects of life lately, your life path, maybe doing some traveling or adventure, that stuff's going to start to go into a reflective time for the next few weeks now with Mercury retrograde. And every time Mercury goes retrograde, it is a reflection for you in terms of what your future is. The 9th house is where you're headed, what your goals are, your big picture plans. It's that optimism too. You go into more understanding and reflecting on what were you optimistic about, what were you overly optimistic about in the previous Mercury cycle, and really seeing things very realistically and grounded in that sense. And even restructuring and redoing the routine as well, since Mercury rules your 6th. So that's the case every time Mercury goes retrograde, and continue to reflect on your philosophy on life, your spirituality on life, and restructure and redo your daily routine and health. Even your work environment will be a great way of working with this for the next few weeks. Now, it's all in the area of those expanded horizons, and the sun will be going in here around that Thursday time period as well. So for the next about month and a half, this 9th house, which is about that life path and adventure and traveling and things like that, will start to unfold for you more so. And I think there is some focus on that shifting this week. So there is that shift with that, and up until that Mercury goes retrograde, he'll be sextiling up to Venus. So there's easy, lighthearted energy of the week, and there is probably quite enjoyable, I would say, in regards to that routine and lively, expanding your horizon, spirited energy. So if you are reading that book, writing that book, philosophy or whatever it might be, it can be quite enjoyable this early part, and then all of that's prompting this sort of reflection sort of time period. And then after that, Saturn, your ruler, sextiles up to the North Node. So this is very important for you Capricorns. This is all about that just one step at a time, climbing that mountain of your life path. And that's been the life path over the past couple years for you guys to learn more about the expansive energies of life, whether it's astrology or divinity, religion, spirituality, or more scientifically for some of you, philosophy, university studies, that kind of thing, is where you can certainly ground it. Now it's a sextile, so it's just a gateway and opening for the next couple weeks with this, really. And this week is no exception. Applying it, seeing where you can expand your horizons, where you can apply that philosophy and see the spirited aspects of life in a more realistic sense, which is very important for you Capricorns. And all of that can go a long ways. So I highly recommend that 9th house for you Capricorns with that aspect, with Mercury retrograde, with your sun going in here. That's where a lot of new beginnings are going to be. So really ask yourself where you can tap into more of that adventure spirit, where you might want to experience more about spirituality and philosophy and things like that. And you'll find all of that prompting, and helping support these new beginnings shaping up there. But the major new beginnings are certainly around that 8th house, the deeper stuff, shared resources, etc. And you'll find all that energy continuing to move forward this week and in the next couple weeks. Now, one thing I want to mention too is that with that Jupiter opposing up to Neptune, there's a lot of positivity about the transformational aspects of life, and you guys are learning philosophically about the importance of the truth. And so it's having more of that Christed Buddhic sort of approach to the truth, I feel like is going to be very important for you Capricorns, and that'll help balance things out. And with your 2nd house too, continue to have any faith and trust with the financial matters, with the daily material matters, and that'll help neutralize this energy also, because it's implying that there's a balancing point needed here this week involving what's material and what's non-material. So Capricorn, have a good one. If you guys have any questions, please do let me know. Thanks for watching. If you're new to Sidereal, do check the description down below for more information, because your sign might be different. And I'll see you all next time. Take care.